Yeah, where are all my people in the madhouse? I'll be a guide, climb aboard and sit your ass down. Don't worry, there's no need to fear when you hear. You know we're right here. We got the crew and we're ready for a game time. You're not ready to step inside a deranged mind. Yeah, this is what you came here for. We got Machinima news and fuck yous. It's the goddamn ward.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Right in the dick.
Alec Funnell.
I fart in your general direction.
And Alyssa Camps.
Hi.
Wow, original.
Wow.
No,
God
wow.
forbid somebody just say hello.
Right?
Somebody's gotta talk about dicks and farting.
Dick fart.
And dick farts.
Nerd.
Hi, and I'm the enemy.
Des, I got one for you.
Yeah!
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. Hey, guess what?
Hey, what?
Digital video games are dumb.
Oh, fuck
Did you
this
know?
I was actually talking about this last night with my coworkers.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because everybody needs to be. So I finally decided to go back to some older games I downloaded on the PS3 like forever ago. And I started with Tekken Revolution, but I couldn't play it because the servers were shut down. So that game is gone forever, dead, unplayable. It's just, you can fucking download it and boot it up, you just can't play it.
shit.
That's fucking stupid.
It's just a fucking waste of space. So that was
Same.
frustrating. So then I moved on to Soul Calibur Lost Swords. Guess what? Same fucking thing.
You should play your fucking game, Sean, when you
You
get
know
them.
what? Games should not be a temporary fucking thing.
It's true. I feel it.
It's bullshit. But anyways, so that totally fucking ruined my mood. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll catch up on some of the older games. It'll be great. And then it just turned into pissing me the fuck off. Enjoy your temporary games, everybody. Welcome to the future. It's great.
It'll be
You wanted to
great.
play it? Wanted to play it? Psych.
Wait, basically, right? Jesus Christ. You guys like how I kicked off the show with something positive? Positive energy? You like it?
Yeah.
It's
Great. Alec, how was your
Well,
week?
it's on YouTube, so.
Oh my god, that was so impressive.
What was the positive bit of that, Sean?
Fuck you. It's right there.
Alright. It's gonna be a short one for me, because I only played Bioshock Infinite just to see if I preferred it to the first Bioshock, and it feels no different other than it takes longer to get to the actual enemies, and just, yeah.
So it's worse.
Yeah, I mean, Alex says it's worse, so I had to take his word for it. But I got my third platinum minimum.
How dare you?
Burly Minutes.
Which one? Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Some fucking indie garbage.
Look, someone's gonna play the games that's actually available for.
Yeah, play them while they're still fucking playable.
Look, I still am. Like, there we go. So,
Wow.
but I didn't really get a chance to play or watch a lot this week because you might have noticed I sound a bit fucked.
You sound fine.
And so I've been working night shifts this week, and during work I was just like, well, I can't keep doing this career path forever, so I just kind of had an epiphany, and I was like, hobbies. Let's see if I can turn that into a career somehow. So I'm looking into going back into college, and I've done something with Cody. He's opened the door to me for possibly writing a few articles. We don't know that confirmed yet, but I spoke to the boss of the website, and she seems to be on board with the idea. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So
For what website?
First Angel Media, something like that. It's a music website. So, and seeing as I'm musical on those things, so okay. Yeah. Yeah, so going back into education. I'm searching for some education. I made my way into the nights. All that bullshit conversation. Baby, can't you
Oh,
read the signs?
My God.
I won't bore you with the detail, baby. I don't even want to waste your time. Let's just say that maybe you could help me ease my mind.
My God.
Stairs!
Oh wow! Fuck you! Okay.
You wait till I'm finished, bitch.
Oh!
He didn't want you to finish though.
Oh!
That is accurate.
Oh no. So who's going?
Diz.
Well, yeah, you.
Okay. My week was just kind of a kickback week. I didn't do much. I drew.
You. Sorry,
Wow.
I drew.
I'm late to that, but yes, go ahead.
Last week I started Yakuza 3, but I since I didn't take much of a break between Judgment and that other game that I beat, Zelda, I'm taking a break now, and it's kind of just been a week. So, been drawing, and like Alec, I have decided some life things. I want to go into animation, so I'm gonna try to do that.
Animation?
Anal.
Anal maniacs.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah. Other than that, nothing. All right, Jazz, with the weather.
Oh, it's gonna be great outside today. It was nice and sunny down in Oklahoma, and yeah, catch the surfboard to fucking Alaska, and
It's raining
shoot
dicks.
your gun out the window, fucking drive-bys. It's great. This is a great day for that.
God.
Yeah, roll them down. I don't know. You caught me off guard. Sorry. I wasn't prepared.
So wait a
are we at-
goddamn set. You didn't play a single game this whole week? Nothing?
I call
Nada?
bullshit.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't watch a movie, you didn't play a game. All you did
Okay, fine. Yesterday I watched two episodes of Cold Case Files. There you go.
Jesus.
I played
Christ.
30 minutes of Sims, and then I got bored, and I'm like,
That's 'cause
Wow.
it's Sims. Ha.
actually, I had some mods that make it interesting.
I got bored during the character creation and gave up.
Well, because you were there for like 6 hours.
No, not even. I couldn't find Jill's pants, and I was like, I quit.
Oh
Wow.
my god. All right, Jet.
All right. My week. Let's see. It was kind of unproductive too. I spent almost my entire week playing Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. I started off trying to get the trophy for it, but then I realized it's gonna take me forever, so I kind of moved on to another one after that. But I did get a trophy. I did platinum. I got a platinum. I finished Murdered Soul Suspect.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was a bitch. It's a fun game though, so I don't mind. And it's a real game with a story and
Oh,
complicated
shit.
steps, not just some
Ooh.
garbage. So you know, it didn't take me.
The lead, bitch.
Oh,
Sorry. So-
Wow.
Are you?
Are you? Have you
Are
gotten
you?
to my week yet?
Oh.
Yeah. So I switched off. I looked at the trophies on all of my games, and I'm actually pretty close for Fallout 4. So I was like, all right, I think I can pick that up. Put it in. I had to wait for it to download again.
Ugh.
Yeah, right? Disc games, garbage. And then
I will
and then I
fucking
started.
kill you.
I'm in the middle of playing, and my PS4 was like, "Oh, there was an error. The game crashed." I'm like, "Oh, okay, great." So I switched to another game, and now I'm playing Claire,
clear.
which is pretty cool. And
Clear to me.
at first, I just wanted to start it just to see if there were trophies, and there are. So yay!
Is there a platinum?
There is a platinum. I played an anime. I played a little bit of the Savior's Gang as well, because it seems like there's a shitload of trophies for that, but like most of them are just story. Like as you go through it, they just keep popping up. So I got like 3 just while I was playing last night. It was pretty cool. And it's a fun game, so it's ridiculous. And that's pretty much all I've been playing. I watched more Futurama. I'm now on 3, halfway through. Because we gotta keep watching the old stuff. Haven't started any of the new stuff you told me to watch last week.
Of course not.
But I restarted iZombie.
I need to finish that. I've started it like 5 times.
Do it. Because she's you. She's short and she's sassy and she's Diz.
And she's a what?
Zombie. A zombie.
That's the word.
That's what you were gonna say, right?
Yeah. Zombie bitch.
And like I know you guys were talking about going back to school and stuff like that, which would be really cool, but I don't think there's a point because like I'm an educated fool with money on my mind.
Oh my!
I got my 10 in my hand and a
Yes.
gleam in my eye, so yeah.
Okay, I'm not going back to school because that's too much money. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna learn it the bootleg way. It's fine.
That's the best way
bootleg
to learn.
way?
Teach yourself. Okay.
I was just gonna go online and download
All that
a diploma.
information's on the goddamn internet.
Yeah, honestly,
That's sad. That makes me sad.
It is
They-
sad.
they tell you
But
the
it's
programs
true.
that you need. They tell you the programs that you need, and it's literally just practice. That's all it is.
You know what? We were talking about careers the other day at work because nobody likes work. And I was like talking about like, oh yeah, I would totally go back to do like photography because I love photography. But the problem is why every fucking photographer now, quote unquote, is with their phone. Like nobody does a Nikon camera with like fucking giant shutter and zoom and all lenses and fucking flash those giant umbrella things and developing like in an actual black room. Like no, it's just my iPhone has 3 lenses and I just fucking put it on my cloud.
Maybe.
So fucking Apple, you ruined my life. I could have been a photographer. I prefer
Crushed my
carrots.
dreams.
Carrots are better than apples.
What is with the carrots?
What is with the not with the carrots?
The carrots are everywhere. Out
So?
of nowhere. Like nobody
What's-
ever mentioned carrots.
Well, they're not out of
before.
nowhere. They come out of the ground.
Listen, nobody mentioned carrots ever, and then like what, a week or 2 ago, like every goddamn day, carrots, carrots, carrots. What the fuck is happening?
I don't care at
I
all
will
about your
discriminate
attitude,
against
Sean.
carrots. Okay, I will do it.
Carrot. This carrot, I can't do it.
Wow,
Don't worry about it.
wow.
How was your week, Sean?
Did you eat any carrots?
It was filled with carrots.
Good.
Great.
They're good for your eyes. They stop you from getting keratinitis or whatever it's called. Keratoconus, sorry.
Shouldn't it give you that?
No, they help prevent diseases.
Wow. Okay. I've been watching some stuff.
Nice.
Kind of. I mean, like I have, but I haven't because like most of the shit I've been watching is either just like temporarily just throw something on while I'm eating or like while I'm falling asleep. Like I haven't really sat down and watched anything this week. So I've been watching Dance in the Vampire Bund, which is based on a manga. And I just, it's weird. Like the manga was good, but the anime translation is just kind of weird. And it's like got a bunch of creepy pedo stuff going on and it's really disturbing.
Oh god.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And it's
I thought
extra
that-
weird because just like that's what I'm falling to sleep to, and I'm just like, what's happening? It's soothing. I don't know. What is? Oh no. But yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Other than that, I just more hot ones. You know, the
Yeah.
hot wings shit with the celebrities.
Yeah.
Hot wings leading the
suffering.
way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's not the
Um,
song.
No, fuck you and your song.
Sorry, Sean, when you said you were watching stuff, I really wanted to ask you, have you been watching Carrot Tunes?
I tried to go back to get my final trophy in Prince of Persia, but
Nope.
but I quickly gave up on that.
Did you turn back
because
time to go back and do it?
I turned back time on playing that fucking game because I'm just kind of done with it. It's not. when it came out, it was really good, but now it's just it plays really bad and it's kind of boring. So like going through and getting all the trophies that I did before was kind of a challenge, and this final trophy is just like I have to go through the whole game again, and I'm halfway through and I just cannot get the drive to go through it, the rest of it. But I don't know. I had to stop. But one day I will get that platinum.
Platinum. Who's in the movie for that? Is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Fuck.
Yeah. I platinumed Uncharted 3.
Platinum.
Where-
Now you have to go to Uncharted 4.
I know. And the other one, what was it called? The one with the two girls. What the fuck is it called?
Wow. Is there a cup? Because I don't want to know.
No.
Wait, what? Cup?
No.
I can't
Do you have
remember what it's
Uncharted
called.
4?
Yeah, I do. I have the other one too, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, there's two more.
It's Uncharted 2 girls.
I wish. That'd be great.
Wow.
Wait. Two
Wait.
girls, one
Sorry, just
Uncharted.
No.
Two girls, one Nate.
Oh no. Yeah, so I have 3. I have 3 fucking platinums. So fuck you, Alec. We're
I
tied.
got there first.
Yeah, how do you know?
No, because I did it last week.
Okay, but you know how like Uncharted is a real game, and he did 3 of them. So that's like twice the amount of
Damn. It's
How
true.
many Resident Evil platinums have you done, Sean?
Wow, we're going there. Okay.
Yeah, we're going there.
You know, I don't know, but you probably don't have that many more than me, so how about you get fucked?
Oh,
How about I
platinum.
will?
We are brutal this time.
Shh. This time.
Wow. Yeah, like it, fuck you.
What?
I finally committed to Yakuza.
Yay!
I finally did it.
Yakuza.
I did. I dove back into Yakuza's HD, and it's a goddamn nightmare because it's all in Japanese.
Oh.
And I have to play it with the PS2 English manual by my side, and I have 8 tabs open on my PC with different translation guides, cutscene translations, sub-story breakdowns, and all kinds of shit. It's super complicated. And there's a lot of shit in that game that you can miss, and if you miss one, you can't get the platinum without going through the game and doing everything again. So it's like, it's very stressful. I wasted 3 hours playing today because I couldn't figure out one of the things in the midst of all the translation garbage, so I fucked up one of the sub stories. So I had to fucking like reload one of my older save files, and I lost about 3 hours. So that kind of pissed me off, and I'm surprised that I didn't quit. I'm proud of myself. But I caught back up. I just kept playing. I caught back up to where I was, and now I'm making good progress. I'm on chapter 4. And I'm at about 30 side missions out of 72. So
Not bad. That's a good chunk.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's a
good.
good
And
chunk.
once I get the collectibles and the side missions done, it's like super easy. I'm done. I can just breeze through the story like nothing.
Wait, which one are you playing?
The first one.
Okay.
The original, like the PS2 version.
original?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I still have to get those. I
Well,
will.
it didn't come out in the US, so good luck.
Ah!
If you want to play it, you got to do what I'm doing, and it's a nightmare.
That's fine. That's fine.
John,
I will suffer.
Hello.
it's called Lost Legacy.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 girls edition.
They look like Lara and Black Lara.
Whoa, wow. Jesus Christ.
No, he's not in this.
You don't know, did you play it?
No.
Well, there you go. Maybe he's in it.
The final boss.
He's
They gotta get to church.
Wow. Wow. God damn it. So I brought with me a piece of one of the fucked up translations I've been dealing with to give you guys an idea, like a small taste of the bullshit that I have to endure. So here we go. This is a quote from one of the walkthroughs or whatever. When you hit a man on the road in front of MEB on the west of Shichifukudori, you will be murdered. At end, a fight will be. Now, what that actually means is you get pickpocketed and you have to chase a guy down and then fight him. That is apparently the same goddamn thing somehow.
You're gonna get murdered.
Murdered and pickpocketing, they're very close, apparently. I don't know.
I mean,
it's been a wild ride. Wide. A wide. It's been a wild wide.
What?
Wild West.
Wow, West.
It's the worst. And I get to do it all again when I go into Yakuza 2. Fuck my life. Hey, guess what?
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 It's time for some news.
Is it really?
It is.
What?
Just go fuck yourself.
Wow.
That's not news.
Jesus. Yeah, that's not news at all, you asshole.
But
But you know what is news?
What?
The coronavirus. That's not news.
Oh,
Well, I guess it is.
Resident Evil Coronavirus Edition.
who did
Yeah,
it shut
that's
down
what
now?
That's what the C virus was really about.
Oh,
Oh shit.
I see what you did
PlayStation
there.
and Oculus are skipping GDC because of the growing threat of the coronavirus. Oh
Wait.
boy.
Hold on a sec. Wasn't Resident Evil 6 set in China?
It predicted the goddamn future.
God damn.
Okay, back to the news. Sony had the following to say, quote, "We have made the difficult decision to cancel our participation in the development." What are you laughing at?
participation.
Participation. Hey, reading is difficult, okay?
it is.
We have made the difficult decision to cancel our participation in Game Developers Conference due to increasing concerns related to COVID-19. We felt this was the best option as the situation related to the virus and global travel restrictions are changing daily. We are disappointed to cancel our participation. God damn that word! Participation! But the health and safety of our global workforce is our highest concern. We look forward to participating in GDC in the future. The end. Why can't I say participation? Participating.
Participation.
Participate. Fuck you. And then Oculus shared a similar statement. So there you go. They're pulling out of GDC because they're scared. They don't want to die. They don't want their people to die.
They're pulling out.
They're
They don't
already
want to catch
dead.
the virus.
It's like a
Wow,
bunch
they
of
should have wore
pussies.
protection before they decided to. Okay.
That-
Anyhow, Final Fantasy VII Remake looks to be a 100 gigabyte install.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Sorry?
Here we go.
I'm sorry. What?
This is becoming the norm, though. Like, every game's going to be 100 plus gigabytes to install.
They can
Like-
suck my dick.
Wow.
On mine!
Yeah, thank you, Alec.
Yeah!
Wait, I'm not gonna say that. Okay.
Oh, no. According to Elite Korean box image, there appears to be indication on what?
Go on.
What? Speak freely, you shit.
My mind is just in a very guttery place with Diz and Alec around. So when you said box right after they were talking about dicks, I just laughed.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
Wow. According to Elite Korean box art image, there appears to be an indication on the box confirming a 100 gigabyte hard disk drive requirement. So get ready to drop more money on another fucking hard drive as we hurl painfully into the future of gaming, which is a fucking huge trash fire of despair.
Same.
My positivity for this year, gone. Because it's all been
It was
garbage.
gone like 2 podcasts
I
ago
know.
when you were talking about YouTube.
I tried, but with this fucking news, it's all bad. It's all negative.
What's the news?
And
Can you be
then
more positive?
I go to play my video games and I can't because digital is ass. So
Digital ass.
no, it's the only way you can get your ass now is digital,
Digi
Yeah.
and
ass.
it's only
Digitally
temporary.
invested- Play with my digital ass.
What?
Oh my
Wow,
god.
.com.
.com.
Jesus Christ!
Supported by ratemypoo.com. It's a website.
I'm scared.
Why?
I'm
I don't
afraid.
know.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Not
Anyway, that's pretty much all the news. The news fucking sucked. There was another thing on here about Persona 5 Royal making changes due to fucking fans complaining about something that they said was like homophobic or whatever. But I don't even want to get into it because this whole thing's just fucking
I
negative.
want to get into it. Let's get into
I
it.
mean, oh my god.
What?
Wow.
No.
Yes.
Oh, god.
no.
Let's get homophobic in this bit.
Alex just wants to
Wow.
Oh my god.
You're not supposed to encourage the negativity, Alec.
Look, I'm evil, remember?
That's yeah. He's right.
Yeah, fair enough.
HR says
What?
we have to go equality and diversity, so let's get in this homophobic bitch.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
I'm scared.
So,
Mom.
Mother! Atlas has confirmed that certain scenes in Persona 5, which were considered homophobic and offensive by many fans, will be updated and altered in the Western release of Persona 5 Royal. Speaking to IGN during a Persona 5 Royal preview event, Atlas communications manager Ari Advincula?
Ariana Grande.
Sure. Explained that dialogue in certain scenes, specifically ones involving Ryuji and two effeminate male characters, would be changed so that those men were no longer shown in a negative light.
Just change the
Okay.
light bulb.
What?
Alright.
Excuse me?
Just change the light bulb.
Wow. Make it a bright one.
Yeah,
It's
idiot.
easy.
So, is there a reason why they can't do that scene? I mean, they've done lots of scenes in video games where it's a straight couple getting, beaten to death or whatever. I'm guessing what's going on with this one, Persona.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't go into detail really. They just pretty much said that these particular characters were, the way that they were written, they're like extremely sexually aggressive. And I guess it was towards a character who's like a minor and stuff like that. So it's like they were trying to make this weird situation with these characters and just kind of paint them in a certain light, I guess. That's the perception of the audience. I don't know if that was the intention of the creative team. I feel like, I mean, I haven't played the game, so I have no idea. Maybe it is something that's offensive, but just looking at, how this is kind of a trend, this shit keeps coming up and people keep blowing up over things that are just not that big of a deal. And we're turning them into a big deal just because like we're getting offended or we're looking for opportunities to fucking turn this into making a statement or whatever the fuck. So I highly doubt that this is a big deal. I think that people are just making it a big deal because they're looking for that opportunity like they have been for the last several years. And that's,
Oh my god, I'm gay! I need my 5 minutes of fame! I
Oh
find this
my-
offensive!
Oh my god.
I just don't, they're putting these characters in games more and more, and like
Yeah,
everybody's
this-
just complaining about it because it's not good enough or oh, it's somehow offensive. Like, what the fuck do you want?
Everybody
you got
just
to have
chill
the
the
same
fuck out.
kind of stories for every
Like-
person.
Like people just need to chill out.
People need to relax.
Everyone shut up.
It's
What?
like, oh,
Not you
there's-
guys, but like
It's like
There's a
I mean,
gay
everyone
person
needs to
and
shut up.
somebody made a joke in the same scene. This is bullshit.
oh my
Oh
god.
no.
I'm
What-
telling my mom.
Next thing you know, that they'll make a joke to a black person.
Don't even
Fuck.
joke about that.
Oh my god.
Don't even joke in their
Don't
direction.
even joke about that.
Don't joke.
Just
You
stop
can't-
joking.
If you stop
Yeah.
being funny, then people can't shit on you.
What?
Well, I mean, some people can shit on you. That's a different story.
do you remember when video games were fun?
No.
No.
I knew that would be the response. Fucking knew it. God damn it. Well, I'm starting to forget too, so get fucked.
Back in
Alright?
the
We
good
only
old
play
days
because
where
we
there
do the
was
broadcast every Saturday.
the good old days where you had that one little mascot that just didn't say anything, but the story
Yeah,
was straightforward
mascots,
and clear.
shut up. Okay? Don't have an opinion, okay?
Wow.
No one should have a voice.
Everyone just died.
Jesus.
More even that way.
Oh,
And that
Is
was
there any
the
good
wonderful world of video game news, everybody. Wasn't that
Yay!
fantastic?
is there any good news?
No!
Any? How
None!
about Animal Crossing? Animal Crossing news. It's coming. That's it.
It is kind and
That's-
it does sound pretty cool. I'm kind of excited
They
about it.
introduced so much stuff that you never even. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Okay,
well, I
I'm gonna
heard
go
that they
into it.
added some kind of like world building kind of shit.
Yeah,
Like you could actually kind of Minecraft stuff a little bit.
it's pretty cool.
amazing.
It's awesome.
I'm
World
excited.
building.
Yeah, and we're gonna fucking play
World
together. And I'm
building.
gonna shit in your island.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Shit in your face, Ray.
Jesus. Okay. We're gonna play games together, and I'm gonna shit in your mouth. Okay, you fuck. It'll be fun because video games are
That's
fun.
what's gonna happen.
piece of
when we
shit.
play- That's what's gonna happen when we play fucking Mario Party. Prepare to die.
And you better enjoy it because by the time we're done, the game's not gonna be fucking available anymore to play ever again.
Oh, I'm
Jesus.
gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry.
Don't cry. Do not do
Tell me
No.
what to do.
Why you
Don't
crying?
cry.
Big
It's
baby?
offensive to me for some reason.
Wow. I don't know why, but I'm offended. Stop.
Oh my god.
Hey, Jazz.
Hi.
You want to talk about some machinima?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Time for some double news.
The
News part 2.
weather outside is frightful.
Get the
I have
fuck
true
out of here.
news.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about some things with you guys today.
Shh.
I was gonna try to focus because, like, I know we talk about either survival horror or machinima, but I decided to go with the voice acting process of machinima because I think all of us here have done voice acting. We've done things.
I have
man.
never.
What's
I've
voice
never
acting?
acted.
Voice
Give them
acting is when you act with your voice.
Oh.
Things happen.
Oh, like Mummy does when she's in the bed with Dad. And goes,
Wow.
I think
I'm
I died
leaving.
a little bit.
I'm
Make that
leaving.
sound as well, Sean.
I'm leaving unless he gets fired. I'll be in my trailer.
I quit. I
Quit.
don't
It's
even
just
know why I'm
you,
here. I
Alec.
don't even like video games anymore.
It's your podcast.
Oh, shit.
It's me and Alex podcast now.
Wow.
There goes the planet.
God.
But yeah, so you guys and me have all done our own series,
We
voice
guys.
acted for each other, for other people, for ourselves. So I was figured like we could share our wisdom with the other people's
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Yes.
So I just have a couple questions because there's not really much you can talk about other than asking questions. For machinima, I was like, I don't need to get the fucking description because, as you know, it's stupid.
You already
But,
have you have the advice, Jazz. Take a poop.
Listen, my advice has gotten a little better since then. Years ago, when Diz first asked us what we would recommend for her to start doing when voice acting, I just made a video telling her she needs to poop before. That way, she's got all her stress out. No, question 1 though. How do you guys decide what a character is going to sound like when you write the script and, you've got your character ahead of you and you don't want to just make it sound the exact same as all the other fucking... See, I'm still getting confused.
What?
You don't want it to sound exact like Shaun for Leon example. Like you didn't want Leon to sound like Leon, because what's the point of turning it into something else if you're just gonna copy it? So like, what's your process when you decide what the character is gonna sound like, and like how to choose the right person to voice them?
I mean, for the most part, I just kind of start at that. I want it to sound like pretty much anything but the original. Sometimes I do want to kind of mimic or spin off of the original, but most of the time I do want to just kind of have my own thing. We talked about that a little bit before,
Yeah.
but especially for me, because I do like multiple Leons and variations of Leons, so it's
all
like
the Leons.
that kind of pushes me to put a little bit of a spin on it, because like the voice that I use the most is essentially the first voice that I did, which is Leon from from RCS. Wow, Leon from Days of Our Lives, Resident Evil. So like that was my first one, and that's kind of what I was known for. And then I did RCS, and it's like I wanted to make sure that that sounded very different, because otherwise people would assume that those two machinimas were related, which they ended up doing anyway. But the idea was to differentiate them so that it separated it, and I tried. But like that, so originally I tried to just make that my own voice, and it quickly evolved into something silly. Like it just more and more like at first it was me, and then it kind of evolved into like the gangsta face shit, where it was just like a little bit more like
the gritted teeth,
goofy. Yeah, it kind of became a hybrid of me and dual Leon. And then we started doing the Jesus thing, and that just kind of turned into fucking like over the top, just let's go fucking ridiculous with it. Like if we're talking about Jesus and Bible camp and shit like that, let's just make him sound super derpy and innocent and fucking dumb and shit. But like,
it's funny when you mention it. Actually, like the beginning of RCS does sound like dual, like you.
Yeah, you can in the first episode you can kind of hear the evolution. Like it was more dramatic than that, because it did change like in the pre-production, like before we finalized everything. But a couple of the lines we ended up keeping, so you can kind of hear pieces of the evolution. And then like by the end we had found it, and just carried that forward. But yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with like the same character essentially across multiple like machinimas, you have to, it kind of forces you to change it up a little bit, and that's good, kind of put you in a position where you have to be creative. And then it's funny too, because just recently I did James for Dante's My Restless Nightmares, Dirty Little Sinners, and he wanted that character to be essentially Leon. And again, like I wanted to give him what he wanted, but I also didn't want it to be exactly the same. I wanted to kind of differentiate that from all the other versions that I did. So like I do the Leon voice, but I toned it back a little bit. I don't know if hopefully you guys could tell when you listen to it, but it like there's just a little bit of a different spin. It's not just full blown dual Leon.
I could tell.
Yeah, good. I succeeded.
I could tell.
Because when he first gave me that and I recorded for it, like I went a completely different direction. Like he didn't tell me that he wrote that with that in mind. So like I just came up with what I think James could sound like. Not trying to copy what was there, but just kind of like what my version of James would sound like. And it was very different. I think he still has the file, but yeah. So I had to essentially re-record a lot of those lines twice because I did that.
Oh,
but that's okay.
Cool.
It came out fine.
Yeah,
So,
I thought it came out good.
worked out.
Yeah, it was good.
What about you guys, Diz, Alec?
I
Diz
forgot
Alec.
the question.
Wow. When you're writing a character, how do you decide what they're going to sound like and how to choose the right person? Not just for yourself, but like you're casting someone else. Like, how do you decide what they sound like?
I mean, I'll let Diz think about it. So
Yeah, I need to think about it. So please proceed.
So when I was doing the Metal Gear Spunk thing, I wanted Snake to sound a bit like the David Hayter adaptation. So I would like gravelly voice, and like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? Kind of thing. I can't really do it that well now, but oh, God, sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I deliberately wanted to have it close to that snake anyway, but with things like fisting force when I casted you guys, it's very different because in the game you don't hear any of the characters talk or make any lines whatsoever, so you just kind of have to make it up as you go along.
There's no voiceover in that?
No, the only voiceover is really Zeng, and he
Oh my god.
just goes.
Wow, it's been so long since I played
There's
that.
little grunting sounds
Didn't
though
even
when they're
realize
kicking
that.
and stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, that's done. But so when I was playing the game to do parody of it, I was like, I could get the big guy Smasher to sound like a caveman because he's big and dumb. So that just came into my mind instantly. I had to say for Elena, the sweet and innocent one, I actually based that off you, Jazz, because you don't.
Wow.
Oh.
And yet you didn't give me the character.
I know, just to annoy you.
Her name is Elena, for fuck's sake.
But I know you don't like the whole sex kind of talks and all that kind of shit and jokes.
So you gave me an old hooker.
Yes, yes, I did.
Wow.
Because I wanted to give you a challenge.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and also because I just knew Diz could do the younger girl voice as well that I just had in mind.
I can't do
Yes, but you do it. You do it for Get fucked, Kate. That's it, Kate. You do it.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That's
So,
her
yeah,
name.
it's-
Get fucked, Kate. It's not Kate.
Yeah.
It's not called Life is Stupid. It's called Get Fuck Kate.
Yeah, Kate get fucked.
Favorite game. Love it.
But yeah, I generally, if I play the game, I have some stupid ideas, and then I think, should it sound like that character, or should it sound completely different? Like Victoria in Life is Stupid is clearly not Victoria, but it's clearly not Bella.
Victoria.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah, that's my answer. It's half and half.
That's cool.
Yeah, and kind of going back to that too, it really just kind of depends, like how you're writing things, and because the creative, like we talked about, the creative process can be so different from machinima to machinima that like sometimes you will have a character or a voice or a style in mind beforehand or as you're writing, and just like the the Dante thing where he wrote James for me, like with my voice in mind, that can happen. Or you can like have just kind of like a general idea of like how lines should be delivered, but not necessarily a voice in mind. I run into that a lot when I'm dealing with like one-off lines or like characters that are just there briefly, where it's like I know like how I want them to say something and how the line should come across, and maybe like a ballpark of like maybe the pitch or something that it should sound like, but not really have a voice in mind. So when that happens, then I can kind of just give it to whoever's recording the line and just kind of give them that general idea of what I had in mind, and then have them just kind of own it and mess around with it and come up with voices and stuff like that. And when you do that, it's kind of nice because you get like a completely different flavor, because you're getting the style of somebody else that's just kind of painting it in a different way that you probably wouldn't have even come up with because it's just coming from somebody else's creative side. So that kind of makes it a little bit more diverse and gives you a little bit more variety in styles and stuff like that. So that's something to keep in mind too. And sometimes I do that with like more primary characters. Like I did that with Carlito in the New Adventures of Old Mega Man, where I mostly gave the freedom to Austin to kind of come up with the voice, but like that's another character that also kind of evolved because again I had like a ballpark of like different ways it could go, where I thought maybe he could just be like super heavily Spanish, or he could be like super effeminate and kind of higher pitch, which is what I ended up going with, and I just kind of had him play around with that and do variations in his own way. So he kind of crafted that out of my idea, but made it his own. So I think that just kind of doing that, like mixing that up with, other ways that you come up with voices, just kind of gives you that nice mixture of different styles and stuff.
Yeah. Diz.
Well, I feel really awkward talking about this because I don't do much.
What?
Yes, you do.
You do. Shut up. I mean, don't shut up. Talk.
Rude. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess I kind of over exaggerate some characters. At least that's how I'm going with Until Dawn. Like, I over exaggerate the character's personality, and then I try to decide from there. For the most part, I go through me doing characters. I go through trying to mimic the character, and whatever comes out is what they sound like. That's how it happened with Rebecca. That's how it happened with Ashley. Like that.
Well, with Ashley, you were trying to kind of copy, like you were trying to recreate an existing
Until
style.
Dawn Ashley.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you then.
Yeah. Well Dawn Ashley.
Ashley.
I mean, the other Ashley, I did listen to her, and I tried to mimic best as I could.
And you did a really good job.
Because I didn't want it to seem awkward since it's the last episode. Like, oh, last episode.
Well, I appreciate that. I would hope that you would never want to make it sound awkward when you're recording lines for me, unless that was the goal. What the fuck?
I didn't want it to be like, oh, this is totally a different person. So I'm like, okay, let me help. Let me try to help. So that's what I did.
You concern me.
I'm sorry.
If it wasn't the last episode, I would have fucking taken
that's exactly what I heard. Like, I only tried because this is important.
No! Not what I meant!
That's how I work. That's my creative process.
Well,
I don't know about you guys,
shit
but
unless it's
take a
really
shit on the mic.
I don't have much because I don't make a lot. So I make a lot, it just never happens. It's
coming soon.
Coming soon. Diz caring about the role if it's the last episode. All right.
You know it's the last episode when Diz is on it.
Wow. Oh.
It's true. I'm not gonna make that joke. We're just moving on.
As for me, I mean, I can't really answer much because I'm kind of the same as Shaun. Like, I've pretty much only really voiced Jill, but I've tried to make them different depending on which show it is. Like your Leons, because I don't want them to be like it's not the same story from Residence to Revolutions. Like, so like I try to keep the character almost as dumb because to me, like this all started. That's actually what started this. Is that I was playing Revelations the first time on the 3DS, and when you look at things, I found out somebody told me that when you examine something and there's the text at the bottom in Resident Evil, that's the character's thoughts. Somebody told me that, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. And then in Revelations, you examine a giant broken window with like fucking rain coming in, and Jill's like, it's broken. Or like, there's a storm outside. It's like, I heard like elevator shaft that's like no cable, and the fucking elevator is down at the bottom, broken in pieces, and she's like, it's not working. So to me, I was like, well, Jill's gonna be fucking stupid because she already is.
Wet.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The boat is floating. But yeah, so that's the same thing, whereas Residence was literally just fucking sounds and the pitch was different. But I usually write the characters, like you said, we talked about it. The same thing. Just I hear your voices when I'm writing it, which really helps me, especially if I give it a character to Alec, because I'm I'm like, this guy's gonna be evil because he's Alec and he's British.
Wow.
Well, I know you can't do an un-British guy because I don't know.
Wow, this character's a dick. Oh, I know. I'll cast Alec.
No, more like I'm casting Alec. Okay, I'll make him a dick because I know Alec can be creepy. You can
Wow,
do the
it's all
creepy
coming out
character.
now,
Creepy
isn't it?
pedos.
You've done the creepy characters. You've done the creepy voices. So I'm like, I know how to do that, but usually I'll write the character in knowing who's gonna be that person. And if I don't, I struggle because I'm like, I don't fucking know what this guy's gonna sound like.
I'm
But yeah.
terrible with that. Not to interrupt you or anything, but it's like it seems I'm noticing more and more. It seems like most of you guys have that idea where, like, when you're coming up with characters, you're like, this one's for whatever Dante, this one's for Shaun, this one's for Alec, this one's for Diz, and it's just like you kind of write with
Just-
that in mind. Well, I'm talking. I'm bouncing
I know,
off
I
of
just
you,
wanted to
like
be
from your
included.
perspective. But
Okay.
but yeah, like for me though, I very rarely do that. Like I did that with like I'm actually doing a character for Diz in Umbrella Co-op, and I did one for you, Jazz. Like Elena was always you. Same thing
Yeah.
with
Mm.
Credence for Alec. So like
Hmm?
it's I feel like that's like the main machinima that I've ever done that for. Like there's, one or two characters here and there that I've done that with, but for the most part it's just like I come up with a character and then it's like, fuck, who's going to voice this? Like then I've got to go through that whole process of like, oh shit, well, can I do it? Who's going to make sense? That's why I have everybody audition, like even me, because like again, I have like a general idea. Like I know how I want the lines delivered and I have a general idea of how I want the voice to sound, but can I do it? Like what does it sound like at the end of the day, and like what's going to fit? So it's like I've got to try it. If I can't do it, then I got to think like, oh well, I can have these people try it and they audition, and like I've got to hear it and match it up. So it's like it's a lot more complicated and more time consuming to do it that way, but I kind of need to do that to get a better fit for the character for me. It's a pain
Makes
in
Maybe
the
you're a
sense.
bit hard on yourself a little bit.
I don't know. I guess I'm just too thorough. Like I don't even, not even thorough. Just like what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? I want to say anal, but I don't want to
Professionalist.
use that word around Alec.
Professionalist. You're a professionalist.
There you go.
Perfectionist. Sorry.
Something.
Umbrella Crapo.
Umbrella.
Bella Crumble.
Okay. We're gonna move it on. So is that even a relevant question? I was gonna ask, like, when you get people, once you have the voice actor picked for your character, like, what tips do you give them to help them get into their character? So if they have, like, in your mind, you have a different pitch, you have an accent, you have a specific idea, and they can't quite get it, like, what tips do you give them? Or how would you help them? Or do you just tell them fucking do it or I'll get someone else?
Oh my god.
Because that's what I do.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Brutal.
Just kidding, you guys are good.
God, that shit's all over the place. It just depends on who I'm talking to and whatnot, because sometimes I'll be like guiding somebody like in real time as they record, and when I'm doing that, then I can be more on the spot, like on the fly. I can just be like, I can verbally tell them, high or low or whatever, and kind of guide them into that direction. When you have to do it, like most of the time though, I have to do it through text, like when I'm just typing messages to somebody or notes or whatever, and that makes it a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
And like sometimes to the point where you have to like record the line and just kind of like fudge it or whatever, and just try to get the pitch or the delivery correctly to give them an idea, to get them in the place you need them to get to deliver it correctly. And some people are better at that than others. It just, I guess it depends on like how long you've been doing it and how natural it comes to you. But like some people, you can just give it to them and boom, one or two tries, they get there. Other people require, several attempts at it and a lot of direction. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Some of those people get the best lines at the end of the day because, we worked at it and we got it exactly where we needed to be. So it depends on the person and how you're addressing the recording and stuff. But there's, like everything, there's a lot of ways to get there.
Yeah.
I do it slightly differently.
What do you do?
So I'd like to invite the voice actor to have fun with the idea, trying different approaches to the same kind of the line. So like you come up with about 3 or 4 different suggestions, and I go, yeah, that's a good one. But also I just prefer for the voice actor to be comfortable doing that voice, because if it's a character that they have to do a lot, then I don't want them to go like, oh, it's been 2 weeks, I've sounded like this, you dick.
Like when I do Batman. I wanna
Batman.
Batman.
Batman. I can't even do it.
It's a good thing I gave you 2 different voices for David, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks. It's okay in short bursts.
Yeah. So that's just my approach. I like people to have fun with it, and especially in the bloopers. Like sometimes people would say something in the bloopers and like, "Oh, that's a lot funnier. Actually, let's have that in instead."
Yeah, you do that.
Countries.
Nah.
Countries. Just watching Life is Stupid, and I'm like, that was a blooper. Why did he put that in there? You hear me laughing.
See, that's one of the many reasons why I encourage people to do bloopers outside of just like, I myself personally like to watch bloopers. I think it's funny, so therefore I like to make them as well. But when you encourage people to be silly and mess around and fuck up and stuff like that, it gets them to a place where they are making jokes and putting spins on lines sometimes that actually sometimes do make it better. And you can take that and put it into the show, or it can even just give you the idea, like kind of like you were saying, Jazz, where it's like sometimes your laugh is in there or whatever. But like when you hear that, you're like, oh shit, that's funnier than what I have. And then you can have them re-record it, and you just got new material that was better than what you had. So it just it gives you more opportunities to get like newer, better ideas from the people that are working on the project. And I really like that.
We did exactly that basically when we were doing the Residents, because Andrew did the script back then. So I've told you guys this before, but like he did the script and then he wrote like a specific line, and then I myself was completely retarded in my 20s, so still kind of, but like I would just like example, he had the scene where the race car styles, like she just runs off. That was, I think he had written like "What a Kits Go," like she was supposed to go like "What a Kits Go," and then I got up to go downstairs and get something while we were on Skype, and I was like, "I'll be right back," and I ran out and I was like, "Race car styles," and I come. Andrew's like, "It's in the script now."
You're like, what?
And I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever." So like I do like that when you hear something and you're like, "That sounds so much better than what I wrote."
Yeah, it's like
but
I was
it's
saying,
funny,
it's
though.
just like I feel like it makes a better video at the end of the day when it's not like 100% just one person doing the writing, because when other people put into it, it gives you that variety, and it mixes up the tone and the style of the jokes, and like we've talked about before many times, where like somebody will find something that I think is not funny at all, that'll be like their favorite line ever. So when you're putting in like you're pulling ideas from multiple people, and you're kind of peppering those in with everything that you wrote, I feel like it gives you a better reach. There's more comedy and more things in there, more opportunities for people to kind of latch onto to different things and enjoy different kinds of comedy and stuff. So I think that's really important if you can get that. And I think that doing the bloopers and getting people comfortable enough to do that kind of stuff is really important, because then you can kind of get that content and it comes naturally.
Yeah, and it's again like circling back to Austin, like when he does his takes, he does a shitload of takes, and he just adds like 1 or 2 little words here and there. Like if the line is like I don't fucking know or something, he'll just be like, "I don't fucking know, you idiot." And I'm like, that's so much better. And it's the character himself voicing, like giving, like, well, it's his character, so it's him, and it's like he's growing the character, because if that's how he talks, then yeah. So it gives it adds on to your traits, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but Like
I get what you're saying. I get it.
In a way,
Yeah,
the
like-
actors filling out the character.
yeah, like it's
as it
them.
goes,
So
yeah. So like you're kind of
they're-
learning what the character is based on the additional content you're getting from the voice actor.
Yeah, because that character started off nowhere and then just ended up being like a gruff, like old fisherman, always drunk, kind of hates Chris, hates everybody, but he's fucking like whatever. It's great. Anybody else? No.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I have one more question, and it's kind of a little bit of a shorter one, because so you know how we've talked about how we prepare for our own roles, like Shaun, you were talking about Leon, and she was talking about Ashley and all that. Has there been a character that you just like when you're switching from one to the other, and you have that trigger? Like, is there a character that you
All of them.
have a no, I mean like a trigger to get back into it? Like, if you were switching, I don't want to just bring up my own thing, but like say Alec had me recording for Max and Jill, but like old school outside the residence Jill, and switching back from one was hard. So the trigger I had was to keep yelling Barry.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys have triggers that help you switch get into the character?
I already answered that.
Yeah,
almost,
yeah, you
almost every single main role I have one of those. Like with Leon, it's just like, Ashley, shut up! Shut up! Like that
What
gets
about
me
like
into the
for
zone.
Brandon or like Parker? Like if you have to, like you switch from Leon to Parker, it is quite different. But what do you have like a process, or you just yell something?
I just have those very specific words and phrases that get my voice prepared to go into that, to deliver lines in that voice. It's just weird. It just like, I don't know, it relaxes my throat or gets my throat into the position where it's just like, shut the fuck up.
In petition
God
for
damn
terror.
it. It just gets me ready to, be that character and deliver those lines in that voice. You shut the fuck up.
Makes sense. Tiz,
What? Okay.
what's your process from character to character? And I know you've done more than Rebecca, so don't even.
Ooh.
Damn it. She got me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I think Rebecca and Laura are the trigger for, because that I don't know.
I don't.
I am not very professional at this. I don't know if you've noticed.
There's
So-
new ingredients
so-
involved.
Like, around the time that you were recording for Rebecca, I got you to record for Moira for BTTF, and they're both kind of you, but there is a difference. So how do you switch? Like, how did you manage to keep one to the right one? You know what I mean?
Moira has an attitude. Rebecca doesn't have much of an attitude. And Moira's just a little higher pitched than me. And Rebecca is very high pitched with no attitude. So I don't have much of process.
You just do. You
I just do.
naturally
You just
talent because
go.
it's always the last episode.
Wow!
Oh no.
No, I just mean because both those characters, like, you could tell it's you, and they sound like you, but they don't sound like each other. So I thought that was pretty cool.
There was one time for the first episode, I was struck for fresh
Struck for flesh.
for Dork. There was one time I recorded a Rebecca line, and it was like such a good Rebecca line, but it was Moira, and I'm like, fuck. It was delivered. It was delivered really well, and I'm like, oh, it's so awesome that I listened. That's not Rebecca.
Just like changes the pitch on Audacity.
No, no.
I like it too much.
Now.
That's how I prepare for the role. I go into Audacity and I alter them.
How do I prepare for the role? I throw my mic in the trash. That's what I do.
I eat a fucking sandwich.
Water.
Water.
Yes.
Who was it?
Huh?
Go ahead. Go. Sorry.
Water, because it's good for your fucking throat. Tea is
Water.
also good for your fucking throat. Drink it.
it's not good for your throat.
Shut up.
Anyways,
Penis.
no, it's funny because somebody recently told me the same thing. They were like, "Why don't you do?" It was probably one of you guys, but they were like, "Why don't you do Metal Gear? What Metal Gear did, and drink whiskey
Oh no.
before you record your lines for like the old hooker."
Wow.
I don't know who told me that, but I was like, oh, "That's smart." What about you, Alec? Do you have a process?
How do you
so,
prepare for the brand-
Credence?
for the wild? My brain is not working today. Credence.
Credence is not difficult whatsoever. I think that was just an accident when we played the game.
How do you mentally prepare to get into the?
Sean, we're not on board enough. You can't answer that.
Oh shit.
The one difficult line I had for Credence was it tits one, but
Yeah, I remember that was a struggle.
but no, okay. So for Snake and Colonel, to get into the Snake voice, I usually say like, "Oh well." So, "Oh well, Colonel,
Yeah,
can you hear me?" And then Colonel's usually goes like, like a like a deep.
He shits himself a little bit.
Takes a little poop.
Oh,
He poops before
Colonel.
voice acting.
Colonel, can
no.
you hear me? No, Snake, I've lost my hearing aid. Where the buggering hell did I put it? And then for Liquid, it's like, bloody gnomes! And, just keep saying the word bloody, and it's just there. I just go into my upper posh twat sounds like.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we've heard you in a call recording, like just testing all the characters' voices, and you just read through the whole script and switch back and forth, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck?
What?
How's you do it?
It does collide a few times, like if I'm singing a song or trying to sing in a particular voice, it does sometimes slip into another character's voice, but it just takes a little while to get into it. And it is, like I was saying, you have to be comfortable to do it. Like with the Colonel voice, it was always a T-Rex voice initially in Dino Stupid Crisis. So I was comfortable doing that. The Snake voice needed some practice to get into, but I just kind of listened to David Hayter again. I was like, oh, well, and then tried the line and just kind of carried on. So yeah, it was just a bit of practice really, and then once you kind of have my throat kind of memorized the where it needs to be in positioned for a carrot to be shoved down it.
No.
But yeah, it's just as much as you say, how does it switch between all three quite, fairly easily. I'll just say counterproductive. It's those are the only voices I can particularly do that comfortable. So it's
Like on the spot.
yeah, pretty much. So yeah,
And Credence.
I feel that. I feel that. I
Credence,
do.
Credence, not
Credence.
difficult.
Credence.
Just take a look at my ass.
Well, see, like you can slip into Brandon's voice so easily. It's just like, I guess you don't need to prepare.
Well, it depends. It's more of like falling out of it, I guess, because like sometimes or like when you go from one voice to the other and it doesn't sound right, and then you kind of fall back and you do your trigger lines, or like when you're doing one voice for an extended period of time, again, you'll kind of start to fall out of it, and you'll catch yourself, and then you got to fall back on your trigger words again. So it's like after doing that enough, you start to get to a place where you can for the most part kind of jump into it, but there's moments or words or phrases where you got to just kind of step back and force yourself into that character with those specific phrases and words. Otherwise it just
still
doesn't
have to
sound
do
right.
that. I still have to do that so much.
Yeah,
Like,
it
so
takes getting
much.
used to. Like you just kind of adapt to it. But again, there's certain things, like there's certain pitches or certain ways that things need to be said where you can't quite get there until you just like you really put yourself into that character, and that's how you do it, is with those phrases and words that you're really comfortable saying that get you like heavily in that voice.
Like bang.
Bang. Jewel. Jewel.
I do agree with you. It's the falling out of it that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Like the accent, I kept that accent going for days. After recording Elena, I was slanging a lot of stuff and sometimes saying like I gotta get going, or like instead of just like I gotta go, just like I would practice it before, and then once I got that stupid accent going, which was my own doing, but you know.
That's the best part, is that like you did that.
I suggested it as a joke mostly, and then you were like, "Yeah, do it," and I was like, "I don't fucking know how to do that." I have to listen to a lot of country music.
One thing that I struggle with is if there's any other character that says yes or yeah, it's immediately yeah, and I try not to. I'm like, oh, for Dante's thing, that My Restless Nightmares, there was one line where she said yeah, and I'm just like,
that's immediately like
suppressing the Rebecca.
You did a good job of like separating it, but it's so ingrained in my mind that my brain just goes right there. I'm just like, yeah.
He messaged me too. He's like, I sent an yeah there. And I'm like, yeah, it was there.
I feel like you did a good job with it though.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When I hear, because I think it's my character to your saying, yeah, let's go get it or something, and I'm just like, Rebecca.
Same thing when I'm like writing a script and I wrote a character saying it'll be amazing, and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna make her say prepare to be amazed.
No.
Just make her struggle over it.
It's so funny because I didn't really like that take, and then you used it. I know. Fuck.
She keeps saying that. She's like, I hated that.
I hated it, but now it's grown on me. I just like, fuck.
Because you weren't prepared to be amazed, but now you are.
I wasn't prepared to be amazed. But now? I'm totally prepared.
But now you're amazed.
Well, I'm out of questions, because while we were talking, we basically answered all the questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, go us.
Multi-functional, focusing.
I thought you said
I don't know.
No carrots.
What? Multi-fuck. Pass.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
4-way with carrots. Oh, yeah.
Whoa. That's not how you eat carrots.
It's time for some
it.
games and stuff.
Time for some murder.
It's always time for some murder.
It's time for some sexy zombies. Oh, sexy zombies.
I'm so scared.
I love that he always says, like, this makes Diz really uncomfortable, and then he plays it anyway.
You know?
Evil.
Wow.
Wow.
Right, let's start with this then.
Oh, shit.
Okay. In Tetris, what does pressing the select button do? A. Plays the greatest hits of the Spice Girls. B. Puts the vibration function on for your dildo. Or C. Deletes the next display, making the game more challenging.
I'm gonna say C.
Are you for real?
I did say this is going to be easy, so there we go. So, yeah, the answer is C.
I sure hope it is.
I was kind of hoping it was one of the other ones.
I was hoping for the
Look
Spice
at
Girl.
you all grown up, Nintendo.
Oh.
Nintendo.
Oh.
Nintendo.
Okay, let's go to the jazzerciser.
I hate
That's
that
me,
word.
right?
Yeah, it's Sean.
Okay, in Code Veronica, what happens in the short video between Alfred and Alexia? A. Alexia whips off her wings off the dragonfly, looks at Alfred. B. Alfred and Alexia strip off and make out of each other. C. Alfred rips off the wings of the dragonfly and looks at Alexia.
Okay, I want to say something quick. I thought you said she rips off her wig. I was like,
I thought that's where that was going too, and I was like, "Is this a trick question?"
okay, continue.
So, what's the answer?
Fuck, I don't remember if it's Alfred or Alexia that ripped wings off. Alexia is the really fucked up one, so I'm just. Hang on.
Hang on, let me Google.
Yeah, I'll just go with... No, I'm just trying to like visualize it. You asshole. Now I'm picturing B. It's not nice. How about A? Alexia. I want to say Alexia rips them off because she's the really fucked up one.
Okay, well, I'm afraid you get shot.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I wanted.
Where's the sound effect, Mr.
Nice.
Soundboard?
All right. Hang on. Where is it? There we go.
Jesus. 3.
You shot my foot, you idiot.
Shot the hand off my dick.
Diz got a super easy question.
I know.
Let's go to Shawnee.
Ah!
In Resident Evil 2 Original, Leon, Scenario B, where Ada gets messed up by Mr. X, what happens next? A. Ada confesses her love for Leon and Leon kisses Ada. B. Leon confesses his love to Ada and kisses her. C. Ada and Leon have uncontrollable fruit pastel flavored sex there and then.
Oh my god.
A.
And you'd be right. Oh, I've been bitten twice, but oh well. I'm just like this. Just gonna carry on. So I'm already dead.
Oh my god.
Oh wow,
Easy mode.
already dead.
Oh my
I'm
god.
already a zombie.
I'm
I'm
a
sexy
zombie.
Oh my god.
Hi, guys. I'm
Oh
a
my god. Will you turn that voice off? It's so annoying and patronizing.
Oh,
No.
Doing that voice sounds very homophobic, and you're
Yeah.
offended.
You gotta be careful. Fucking Atlas is gonna remove you from the podcast.
oh my god.
Let's get homophobic in this bitch. Right, okay.
Oh my
Question-
god.
Diz, question 2. The word Tetris comes from tetra. What does tetra mean? A. Tetra means 4 because 4 squares are arranged to make 7 shapes. B. Tetra means 3 because the maker of the game has been famous for having 3 ways. C. Tetra means 7 because it took 7 years to develop the original game.
I want to say A.
And you'd be right.
Yeah.
Oh
Ding
god,
dong.
I am such a sexy zombie right now.
What
Oh.
does that mean?
Alec. I'll message you later.
I hope so.
Oh.
Slide my dick
Yeah,
into your
yo.
DMs. Wait.
What? Did you just say sliding a dick in your DM?
Anyway, Jazz, question 2.
I thought I was
In-
dead.
You've been shot once, but it
I
had
heard
3 bullets inside it.
firing.
Yeah, you shot me 3 times. I guess
Wow,
you
what
missed.
words?
The game's
missed.
already over because I'm a zombie, so you guys weird. But I'm just going to carry on reading the questions.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Jazz.
Uh,
In Code... In Code Veronica, what causes Steve to lose concentration when moving the digging vehicle?
Excuse me?
I heard dicking vehicle.
Digging vehicle?
Steve's driving the dicking vehicle. Look out.
Here comes driving the dick.
Here it come, Claire.
And she's like,
Hey.
"Are you ready, Steve?"
Hey! Answer A, Claire takes off her top and Steve stares at her breasts. B, Steve looks at Claire's ass. C, Claire takes a dump on the floor.
Jesus.
Driving the dick.
Claire takes a dump on the floor and it causes Steve to faint.
It's B.
It is B. Well done.
God.
Your boy's
damn.
getting shot.
Uh,
Okay, Sean, your last question. In Resident Evil 6, what does Ada give Leon to use? A
makeup.
cock ring.
What was it?
B, a condom.
What was the first one? It's not makeup.
Cock ring.
Oh.
C, a ring.
I mean,
Wait, so
we don't know it wasn't a cock ring.
do we?
Her name is Wong.
Okay, I only heard one of those. Do it again.
Okay, a cock ring, a condom, or a ring.
A ring.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. I am so sexy and zombie right now. That's it. Well done, guys.
Jesus. What is happening?
I'm still laughing at the dicking.
Hey, dicking is no joke.
Oh, because like as soon as you said Steve, I was like one of the fucking answers is gonna be he's masturbating, and then you're like the dicking truck.
Well, Claire was taking a shit on the floor. I mean, you need to just run her over with the dick.
Shit on the floor.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Teach that bitch a lesson.
Do we have time for trick or treat?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So I tweeted at James Callis. Anyone know who that is?
No. What?
Is he callous?
Oh, let's hope so. So I'll play a few little clip for you. So
Was
that
that a clip?
you wish it was a clip.
Oh.
Okay. So
Please, this isn't a bar fight.
Okay,
It's not a barfa.
that's what I heard.
so
What's a
that's
bar
James
fight?
Callis. And he
More
was...
like James cut out.
No.
Get fucked. James, alright. I asked James, so how does it feel to voice Alucard in Castlevania? Did you play and enjoy the games? Did you study Robert Belgrade's example? And here's an example from Robert.
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
Jesus. Jesus, what?
So yeah, you guys, what do you think? What you seen Castlevania? I know, Sean, you have.
Have I seen the Castlevania?
Yeah, Netflix Castlevania series.
I saw season 1. Juan.
So what did you think of Alucard?
It was awesome.
Yes.
It's Dracula backwards.
That's what
Wow.
I think.
Oh my god.
I must admit, I wasn't so sure when I first listened to it. I was like, it's not Symphony of the Night. But then once you re-listen to Symphony of the Night, you think, yeah, a lot of the lines are a bit dumb.
Do you think so?
Just a bit. Just a bit.
What is
Yeah.
a man?
It's in my mouth.
What?
That's not the line.
Cannibalism.
No, it's not
Cannibalism.
cannibal. Yeah. So yeah, I had no reply from that. Strange. I mean,
The
Never
fuck?
mind.
What's the point of having a goddamn Twitter if you're not gonna fucking tweet back? You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Jesus.
I mean, it's making my job really hard. Really hard. Anyway, that's trick or treat done.
Sad.
It is.
Okay.
Get fucked. This has been episode 74. As always, thanks for coming by and spending some quality time with us. We appreciate your face. If you appreciate our faces, consider hopping over to patreon.com/thewardproductions to support our faces. If you'd like to tell us something to our faces, you can leave us a comment. Email us at the-ward.com or tweet directly to my face at thewardpro.
/face.
We hope your faces have a great week. And until next time, don't be a fuckface.
And eat a lot of carrots.
And
enjoy dicking.
Oh,
get dicked over by the dick truck or whatever. Bye.